Hello, you wonderful humans. Welcome to your monthly numerology video on Radiant Reality. So, I am Raphael. I am an astrologer, a tarot reader, and a numerologist and an energy worker. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you. And what I'm doing here is getting into the grit, right, of the numerology of this month. Now, you're going to get your overview, and then also you're going to get your breakdown for your specific life path. But before we get into that, one thing that I want to mention here is the way that I tend to do these is um, I obviously offer astrology readings, I offer tarot readings, and I also give you numerology readings. And what's really important to consider here is that each one of these is going to give you a different slice, right? So, as it stands, you are a person of mind, body, soul, and spirit. And your astrology tends to favor your ascendant sign. Tarot tends to favor your sun sign. Numerology is really about your own grand timing with your own rhythms, frequencies, energy, and vibrations. And obviously, what's tied into that is your energetic self as well. So each one of these is giving you a specific yet unique slice and snapshot of how the month ahead is going to really work for you. So I encourage you to watch your astrology for your ascendant, to watch your tarot for your sun sign, and also to watch your life path readings and predictions, because this is going to give you how things are unfolding for you with your own energetic, numerological, vibrational sequence, right? How this is going to unfold for you. So, with that said, let's get straight into it. So, the month of July is it's an interesting month because it's a universal seven month, but it's a special type of seven. It's what we call a karmic debt number. So it's a 16/7 effectively, right? So this month has is going to carry some extreme undercurrents. We've got a karmic wave of change that's really going to align with your soul's spiritual reckoning and also potentially your, and I dare say I use this word, but your purpose. The question really isn't about what's changing, but what's ready to be aligned with the truth of your own spirits, your own spiritual self. Now, you're being asked to really look honestly at the cycles and the patterns of the life that you've built. Where are they unbalanced? Where have they become a rut that's disguised as stability, right? This is a time of deep reflection, not surface level journaling, but really a soul level audit of the life structures that you have committed to because they are things that you do consistently. With the seven energy resonating to the same frequency as Neptune energy, the real inquiry becomes what spiritual energy is running through your days and does it match what you know to be true for yourself, right? At that deep sort of inner core level. This is where logic meets intuition, where spirit meets soul. The conscious and the subconscious are going to collide this month. And in that clash, clarity is going to come forward, right? Your greatest currency this month, truthfully speaking, is knowledge. Knowledge of self, knowledge of truth, knowledge of what no longer serves you. Gather it, guard it, let it empower you. That's what all of this is about, right? Whether it's a new direction that's opening up for you, a skill that you're meant to master, an unspoken truth that's kind of like arising or bubbling up from your subconscious to the surface. Power this month really belongs to those that are willing to learn, right? And because this is a karmic debt vibration, that 16/7 that I was talking about earlier, be mindful of what you are investing in energetically, emotionally, spiritually, right? The choices that you're making at this moment in time are going to ripple far into the future. So, my three tips for you for this month for really finding that balance and digging into it, or really tapping into your own personal gnosis. One, keep your feet on the ground, right? Deal with the facts, then check those facts with your spirit. All right. Two, find the warmth, whether it's with people, whether it's places or passions. Seek the warmth in all its forms. That's what's going to be your anchor, right? What is it that makes you feel warm in your soul, in your spirit, in your emotions, in your mind? When I talk about warmth, I'm not necessarily talking about like from like a thermal perspective. I'm talking about, like some people, like it's just nice to be around them because they're naturally very warm. That's what I'm talking about. Find the warmth this month. Number three, balance the hermit mode with connection. Yes, introspection and spending time in self-analysis and time decompressing from other people's stuff is going to be very vital this month. But so is having a sounding board. So is having somebody to chuck certain things around, whether that's a mentor, a therapist, a trusted friend. These things are going to be essential this month, right? So find that voice, find that person that you know you can speak to on a level that you can really chuck things about with. And then finally, this month, the signature question of this month that is really being asked of you is, where in my life have I mistaken comfort for alignment? All right, I'm going to say that again. Where in my life have I mistaken comfort for alignment? Once you really dig into that question and you answer and you understand what the answer is for you, I'm telling you, everything else is going to really flow that much better, that much easier. With that said, stay tuned while we get into your personal life path breakdown. Hello, you wonderful Life Path 11 person. Let's get into what July has in store for you in all of these different areas of life that we're going to explore. So, we're going to start with your money. This month, money is really asking you to look at it with a bigger lens, right? Not just at how much you're earning, but why you're earning it. Are your financial goals rooted in ego or fear or legacy or truth? Really and truthfully, this isn't about how much you earn, it's about why you are earning it. What are you going for? What is the goal? What is the desired outcome of where you end up, right? I think this is one of the problems. I mean, I can't speak for it because I'm neither a millionaire or a billionaire, but I think a lot of them, while they do have really lofty goals to meet something, I think a part of the reason that a lot of them get lost in it all is because they don't really have a goal as to what they're going to do with it once they have it. You're in a phase where you're closing loops around self-worth, about financial identity, and what used to define you no longer does, which means you're seeing yourself in a greater capacity. And so, therefore, you're going to have to see your resources, your money, and your finances also in a greater capacity. Let these old attachments kind of just die, right? This isn't about forcing abundance or slapping a smile on it and saying, I am abundant, if you don't feel like it. Maybe, and sometimes people have the opposite experience where they have all of this money, but they just don't feel satisfied by it. Or maybe they feel guilty about it. I've had people, clients actually, for energy work where we've had to do work around that, right? It's about aligning with the version of you that really holds naturally that sense of abundance to what that means for you. Let the generosity flow. Give without guilt. Receive without shame this month as well. Detach from the numbers and reconnect to the meaning behind them. What does this money that you have allow you to do? If it's money that you don't have and that's what you're stressing about, or you're chasing it out of ego and fear and all the other stuff, ask yourself, what is the plan here? Why am I chasing this thing so hard? And more importantly, am I able to attract it? Am I able to just let it flow to me rather than grabbing at it as something that I just must have? Change the script, flip the narrative. All right. When it comes to your love this month is rich with emotion and nostalgia and potential closure, not necessarily in the form of endings, but through deep healing, right? Someone from your past could reappear at this time, or your heart could open to somebody new who reflects something that you used to believe you couldn't have. So, whether you're single or partnered, you really are being asked to soften your grip and let things unfold. Love is not meant to be controlled, it's meant to be expressed. Speak from your spirit, forgive what is needed, right? Where that might be a part of you in a relationship that's past, it might be a part of somebody else in a relationship that's been. Release the story that love has to be painful in order to be powerful. The truth of the matter is, love expands when you do. Okay. When it comes to your health this month, this is an emotional detox month, and your body is absolutely a part of this process. You might feel sensitive, maybe a little fatigued or foggy as old energies are leaving your system. Let them, right? I don't know if anybody's ever done a water fast. I've only ever managed to do like 48 hours tops. miserable. And not because of the hunger or anything like that. It's really not. It's this, right? It's this and the stuff like through the act of purging, you really feel like so many things leaving your body because your body's like, ugh, yeah, why are we holding on to this? Because it's not constantly being fed, right? So it looks for the things that it can release or get rid of safely. And sometimes that's not necessarily about weight, it's about the inner baggage that you're holding on to. This is not a time to power through, it's actually a time to pause. Water, rest, stillness, intuitive movement are going to do so much more for your well being than any of the new challenges or restrictive regimes, etc., that you could do. Let yourself be held by your own care. This is a time to really hold and feel yourself, your body, your health, right? The vitality that flows through you. Like you are a vessel for light, but the vessel needs maintenance too. And this is one thing that I've found with a lot of Life Path 11 people. They can go so far into the spiritual realm that they actually forget that they're here. Well, with all due respect, this is not to say don't be spiritual. It's not to say don't be in that lofty state or that space. It's to say that this is the modern era and the modern age. I'm not saying you have to do everything to excess or do anything that you don't want to, but you are here for a 360 experience. That's going to include a lot of the material and the mundane, just as it's going to experience some of a lot of the spiritual and the transcendental, right? This month, clear, cleanse, restore. Don't wait for a breakdown to finally give yourself permission to rest, okay? When it comes to your career this month, things might feel a little bit chaotic, but in the best kind of way. This is like a shake up energy that wants to get you moving in the right direction, not just in any direction, right? This is not one of those times where it's like, well, all movement is good movement. It's kind of like, in like publicity when they say like all press is good press. Eh, all right, don't resist change this month. Be the initiator of it. Experiment, express, trust your instincts. There is momentum here if you learn to lean into flexibility instead of control. And if the opportunity arises, this might potentially, yeah, like it might feel just outside of your comfort zone, but that's one to explore. What you say, what you teach, what you express could really land in a very big way. And if you're brave enough to speak it, some of the things that come as a result of this could be really incredible for you. Now, when it comes to the warnings, the shadow of this month, if you like, is distraction disguised as freedom. Be mindful of scattering your energy. You don't need to do everything. You need to move intentionally. Don't ghost your own vision out of fear of getting it wrong or out of fear of being seen, right? You're here to feel your way forward, not to calculate every detail in advance. Be mindful of your nervous habits, over talking, over committing, constantly seeking stimulation or approval from people, just so that you can avoid sitting with the truth, right? Slow down, breathe. Freedom comes from your choices. And when those choices are conscious, they become less chaotic. All right. Now, if you want to delve deeper into the numbers, if you want to learn more, download my free PDF guide. It's in there's a link in the description box below. This is a map to understanding your life path, your personal year. There's a few other bits in there as well that I'm not going to talk about here. If you're ready to activate your mission, to step into spiritual strategy and finally build with intention, book yourself a one-to-one numerology session with me where we're going to get into all of your core numbers. And as if that wasn't enough, we also plan out your next 3 months with a soul-led strategy. There's a link for that in the description box below as well. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic July. And whether you do or don't grace my presence on my table or not, I really hope it goes well for you. And don't forget to leave me a comment. All right, take care, and I'll see you soon.